Okay, let's try something there. Um, let's try this here. How about select state, case, state. When CA, then Cali. Try that. When NV, then Nevada, and ST name from customer. Okay, so there's an example of the case. So the example I tried didn't work. Let's see. I wonder why it didn't work. Trying to find it. That was an example. I don't know. Let me see. Here we go. Where is it? Right there. Yeah, you know what? I think these ranges don't work, which is interesting because the book says this should work where we're doing ranges, and I think that's what was not working. Oops. Let's see. Okay. I think that's what was not working is these ranges, and not sure why. Oh, we have to say use world. Yeah, it doesn't like the ranges, which is strange. I wonder if this is what we're looking for. Let me try this. Okay, there it is. Alright, so a couple things I need to update on the slides then. Case statement. So when you're doing a comparison of a unique of a value that and I think the book you had shows the same way as the slide, but that's not working. So this is the way it should be done. However, if you're doing an example with an actual exact amount, so for example, what we have, I say describe. What would we be here? Well, what I did earlier, right? When I did this, when I said select state, case, state, and then when we said when, CA, then Nevada, and then we could say end as state name from customer, right? So you can see the couple of variations, and the reason this prior one didn't work is because it's not an exact amount; it's actually a range amount. So it has to be written differently, and so this is the way it should have been written. The other way had population up here and just did that less than. I'm trying to say, oh yeah, that should have another zero. Yeah, that should have another zero. So sorry about that. So those are a couple of things on the slides that do need to be fixed, and we'll all get them fixed. All right. Went through this already, I think. Encryption, temporal stuff is null, if null, very useful as well. Talked about comments, the insert statement, create tables. Should know how to do that. Um, some of these things that SQL does, inserting multiple rows, as far as I know, that's MySQL specific. That will not work on anyone else's database. So that's very specific. I don't really like to use non-ANSI standard stuff, and that is non-ANSI standard. Some of these things too on duplicate key. All databases have a way of doing something on duplicates, but the syntax of doing it in MySQL is different than most databases, and I don't know that that's been standardized under ANSI anyway, so that could be why. Replace command is definitely not ANSI standard. I've never seen that in Oracle or SQL Server or any other database. It basically looks like an insert statement, and depending upon whether the row exists or not, it will either do an insert. It actually will do an insert, or it might do an update. It's kind of neat the way it works. You don't have to worry about knowing whether the primary key exists or not. If it does, it does an update. If it doesn't, it does an insert. Most of the time, you actually have to look for that first. So, but again, it's not ANSI standard, the replace command, so I'd be a little hesitant to use it. Inserting these values here with multiple rows, very problematic. First of all, it's not ANSI standard, and second of all, it's problematic as to the result it gives you, as should have been explained on the YouTube. The update command looks pretty standard. I don't see anything violating the ANSI standard there. Order by and limit. The limit is not really the ANSI standard, but other than that, that's pretty accurate. Limit command. So this stuff about the limit command, every database has the ability to do a limit, although I don't think that's standardized either. And these safe updates stuff is definitely specific to MySQL. Delete and truncate. Again, you should know the difference. Delete is all or nothing, or rather, truncate is all or nothing, and there's no rolling back. Delete is safer, but it's slower. Okay, that was. Any questions on those YouTubes or these two chapters? Again, I went through it pretty quickly, mainly because they're all covered in these YouTubes, and just a quick supplemental there. Any specific questions?